Obviously, I miscalculated a few things. Why is it that the moment your life exceeds your wildest dreams, the knife appears at your back? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I will never let them touch me. My neighbor must have opened his door to complain. For a guy with a 4-digit IQ, I must have missed something. And I hadn't missed much. I'd come this close to having an impact on the world. And now the only thing I'd have an impact on was the sidewalk.
You see that guy? That was me not so long ago. What kind of guy without a drug or alcohol problem looks this way?
Only a writer. Strangely enough, nobody believed that I actually had a book contract.
Well, it's masquerading as a sci-fi novel, but it's really my own personal manifesto about the plight of the individual in the 21st century. And I sort of created a utopian society where we all sort of, it's really sort of,
Today was the day I was gonna kick its ass. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. That's gonna be great. Just gotta put in the time, stay in the room. That's the key concept. Don't leave the room. A few weeks passed this way. Maybe a few months. At least I still had Lindy. Just like that.
Come on, Eddie. This is hardly a surprise.
I'm surprised. Let's just not do this. Okay, I'm gonna hand in 90 pages tomorrow on Friday. If you just wait to see what she says.
Eddie.
What?
I know how it's going. And I was your girlfriend.
That word doesn't even begin to describe what you are to me.
Partner. Squeeze.
Paramour. Morata.
Cleaning lady. Bank.
Be that what's mine is yours too, and you know I want to share the rest of my life with you.
fact, I was thinking that we
Don't
should
propose.
Why not?
Because it worked out so well for you last time.
It's true. I did marry once, right out of college, to Melissa.
I do.
Briefly.
This isn't working.
Well, even though everything you say is true, I still love you.
I gotta get back to work.
You didn't even tell me what happened.
I got it.
You did?
I'm an editor. I'll have my own assistant. You believe that?
Yeah, of course I believe you deserve it.
Thanks.
She was right. Why stick it out? I had clearly missed the on-ramp. We both knew what was beckoning. The lower bunk in my childhood bedroom in Jersey. My father happy to welcome me into the challenging field of dental supply inventory.
Eddie Mora.
Of all the useless relationships better forgotten and put away in mothballs, is there any more useless than the ex-brother-in-law?
Holy shit, man. What's it been, like 9 years? God.
Hey.
You all right? You look like you're living on the streets. What's going on?
Not much. What's up? I'm writing a lot.
Oh, you still trying to write?
Matter of fact, I have a book contract.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
How about you? You still dealing, Vern?
Do I look like I'm still dealing?
No, you don't. No.
Come on, let's go get a drink. I want to hear about this book.
I don't know. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
When does that ever stop?
All right.
So,
how's Melissa doing?
there you go. Thanks. Wouldn't know. I don't see her. She moved upstate. She's got some kind of internet home sales kind of job. Couple kids.
Couple kids. Who's the husband?
I walked out on her if you really want to know. But what do you care, man? You were married like 5 minutes. Look, I don't want to talk about her. I want to talk about you, okay? Tell me about this book. How's it going?
Well, it's, I'm behind. I'm behind on my book, and it's pretty well polluting my days and nights if you really want to know.
Well, how much have you written of it?
One more.
Creative problems, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose I can help you with that. Just this once.
Oh, no.
You don't even know what it is.
Still dealing.
Brother, I am light years from that now. I've been doing some consulting for a pharmaceutical company.
Well, like some offshore lab making fake Viagra? Come on, Vern.
No. This is an exclusive product that's coming on stream next year. They've had clinical trials and it's FDA approved.
All right, just out of curiosity, and that's all.
Let's see. What's in it?
They've identified these receptors in the brain that activate specific circuits. And you know how they say that we can only access 20% of our brain? Well, what this does, it lets you access all of it.
Vern, look at me. Do I look at you? I'm broke and I'm depressed off my ass. I don't think that my life's gonna take some sudden upswing into fame and fortune by taking some shiny branded designer drug.
Can't. When? Tell them we can't do that. No, you tell them. No, now. Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to leave you here, Eddie. But I really do want to do this again. So call me. And that's on the house. I don't want to. Don't be ungrateful. You know how much that costs? $800. Pop. You're welcome.
Lonely blue boy is my name.
All the way home, I thought about Melissa. How could she be a failure, too? She'd been so smart. Smarter than anyone around her.
Clearly, there was a direct link between this Eddie, slightly drunk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and an earlier Eddie,
vomiting on his boss's desk or stealing his dying aunt's Percocet.
So who could blame Lindy for dumping me?
So if you should find it, and if you're alone, well, alone.
In the end, how much worse could it get?
Is my name.
I didn't want to see anybody, especially not my landlord's nasty young wife.
Tuesday.
Look, enough, okay? Steve handles the rent, so you can feed your crap to him.
I suddenly had extra reason to get away from her. I had thoughtlessly ingested a substance.
Like, the rent's not low enough.
I had gotten remarkably little information from Vernon about what this drug would do.
Else. You could even be a bike messenger and come up with that. Really?
What if it was a hallucinogen?
It's pathetic.
Oh my God. Listening to her rag if I were tripping, I'd jump out a fucking window.
Hello? Are you listening to me? Do you get it? You are gonna be out on the streets.
And then I felt it.
You don't have a place to live.
I was blind, but now I see.
What's wrong?
What?
You don't like me, and I don't blame you. You see a self-defeating, energy-sucking piece of shit who's sponging off your husband. You're wishing I'd blow my brains out, but my existence shouldn't make you this upset. What is it?
That's none of your business.
Something wrong in law school?
How do you know I'm in law school?
People who aren't usually don't carry around dry, academically constipated books about a dead Supreme Court justice.
You're a creep, aren't you? You've been following me.
No, I just noticed the book.
You just saw the corner of it. How did you know that?
I'd seen it before, 12 years ago in college. Sitting on the couch of a TA I was trying to make, waiting for her to come back out of the bathroom, hoping she'd have a condom. Somehow my unconscious had served that up. A memory I'd never even recorded. Or was it there the whole time, and all I needed was the access?
If you're writing a paper, that's not the book I'd use.
Well, who asked you?
Hastings has his oral history. I'd start there. Interesting point. Grammatically, this guy was an idiot, which sort of gives credence to the theory that one of the clerks he had fired actually wrote most of this guy's major opinions. You could Google the clerk's sons. They'd love to talk to you, exonerate their dad. That'd give you something that no one else has. And
Information from the Odd Museum show, a half-read article,
know
some
about
PBS documentary. It was all bubbling up in my frontal lobes, mixing itself together into a sparkling cocktail of useful information. She didn't have a chance.
What are your suggestions?
We'd really worked on her paper, too. In 45 minutes, it was a polished gem. She was pleased. Home.
But it couldn't be my home, could it? Now, who would live like this? My first thought, torture.
But saner heads prevailed. What was this drug? I couldn't stay messy on it. I hadn't had a cigarette in 6 hours, hadn't eaten. So, abstemious and tidy? What was this? A drug for people who wanted to be more anal retentive? I wasn't high, wasn't wired, just clear. I knew what I needed to do and how to do it. The next morning, I sent a little probe down into my brain. No surge of brilliance came up to greet me. In short, I was back. But something remained.
You're kidding.
Oh.
Words have appeared on paper,
Yes.
written by you.
All you have to do is read 3 pages. Just read 3 pages in the next hour, and if you don't want to keep reading, I'll give you back the advance. Okay.
Okay, Eddie.
Okay.
Eddie, give me a call when you get in. Eddie, I'm 40 pages further in. Call me. It's a little grandiose, but I'm still reading. Okay, how did you do this? I really like. Just call me the minute you get in. Call, okay?
Who is it?
Hey, Vernon, it's Eddie.
Eddie who?
Mora.
Not a good time, Eddie.
Hey, Vern, I really just need to talk to you. Hey, oh, whoa. Vern, what happened?
Don't worry about it, I'm fine. So, Eddie, you are interested after all.
That stuff's amazing.
Works better if you're already smart.
Vern, who did this to you?
Trust me, you don't want to know.
So, what's it called?
Doesn't have a street name yet. But the boys in the kitchen are calling it NZT-48.
The boys.
In the kitchen? That doesn't sound very FDA approved, Vern.
FDA approved, that's a laugh. You never even believe that shit, did you?
Okay, so what do we have here? Some unknown, untested, possibly dangerous drug scammed out of some unidentified lab somewhere, given to me by a highly unreliable guy I hadn't seen in years.
So you want some more?
Yes, definitely.
All right, we'll talk about it. But I need a favor first. Obviously, I'm in no condition to go out right now, so I was wondering if you could hop down to the dry cleaners, grab my suit for me, and maybe grab a little breakfast for us.
He knew he had me. Sure.
From now on, I'd happily be his errand boy. Wash his windows, scrub his toilet. Anything I could do to get my hands on that little clear pill that would bring back enhanced Eddie.
Vern? Vern?
I need to report a murder. 7B, yes. Okay, I won't.
Took them forever, and the longer I stood there, the clearer I saw. Vern had known whoever had done this. And one guessed what they'd been looking for. But had they found it?
Shit, if you ever cooked, I'd be dead too.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands!
No, I'm the one who called. I called you guys.
So, you guys tight? You hang out a lot?
No, this is my ex-wife's brother. I just actually met him on the street, and he asked me to come up.
Buy some drugs?
No. What?
What did this guy do?
He, I don't know. He was, I heard that he was a antiques dealer.
A dealer?
Yeah, antiques, like Viennese kind of chairs and stuff. Like, you know, like curly cute leg things.
Yeah. That is correct. And Edward Mora. He's here. Victim's sister.
I hadn't heard her voice in 10 years.
Eddie?
Melissa?
You were there?
Just before I'd run into him on the street, and, yeah.
God. I wish I was more surprised he was involved in some stuff that I better not say anymore.
No, that's probably a good idea. So, we should probably meet or something, right?
No, I gotta do the funeral and God knows what else. We can't meet, okay?
Right. Well, I guess I'll just see you at the funeral then.
No, I don't want that. Please don't. I'll call you at some point, okay? When this is over.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
No. Something of the gel here. Write down your number. I may need to contact you later.
Worth the risk? What would you do?
All right, I must admit, I can't explain any of these thoughts racing through my brain.
Vern's cash, combined with an unprecedented surge of motivation, enabled me to finish the book in 4 days. A tablet a day, and what I could do with my day was limitless. I learned to play the piano in 3 days. Math became useful and fun.
I'm all in.
Even half listening to any language, I became fluent.
Donc vous me dites que tout auteur qui mérite statut adjectif, comme orwellien, decadent, so that Shakespeare's pettiness belies mediocrity.
There's no arguing with you.
This was great.
So, Mom, I've been doing a little research on Aunt Helen's tumor, and it's totally clear that anybody with familial abdominis polyposis should be supplementing platinum-based doublet regimens with icos and pentoic acid.
I suddenly knew everything. About everything.
Sure, you get a short-term spike, but wouldn't that rapid expansion devalue the stock completely in 2 years?
No, because there are safeguards.
Against aggressive overexpansion? There aren't, because there are no safeguards in human nature. And we're wired to overreach. Look at history, all the countries that ever ruled the world. Portugal with its big, massive navy. All they got now are saw cod and cheap condoms. The Brits, now they're just sitting on their dank little island fussing over their suits. No one's stopping and thinking, hey, we're doing pretty well. We got France, we got Poland, we got a big Swiss bank account. You know what? Let's not invade Russia in the winter. Let's go home, let's pop a beer, and let's live off the interest.
Yeah. My brain was just pouring this stuff out. Everything I'd ever read, heard, seen was now organized and available. Here it is. Here you go.
Eddie, hey. Listen, I'm sure you have a portfolio, but if you don't, I'd be very interested in working with you.
Okay, Kevin. I made some new friends who invited me to the beach. The beach was not nearby. All my fear, all my shyness, gone.
They've done 4 basic trials.
But mere lounging wasn't enough. Only problem? If I wasn't moving forward, I felt like I was going to explode.
Anybody ever jump?
Are you crazy? He's gonna do it.
He's not gonna do it.
And then I began to form an idea. Suddenly, I knew exactly what I needed to do. It wasn't writing. It wasn't books. It was much bigger than that. But it would take money to get there. In a down market, no one was making much. But no one had NZT. Armed with Vern's last $800, I made $2,000 in a day. Next day, $7,500. It was too slow. I'd need more capital. But banks weren't lending to guys like me.
Hey, let's him in a quarter back there. So, Liv told you that I'm looking for a short-term loan?
Yeah, and I told Liv, forget it.
Why?
Because I don't see you before, and I don't fucking like you already. Why do I give you $100,000?
Because I quintupled my money 4 days in a row.
So you got a fix on the game?
No, not a fix.
I was able to calculate certain patterns using algorithms. If you look at column 4, this was the first. You're good. Okay, it's a fix.
Yeah, you know, you people get caught. What are you gonna do then?
Well, it's not as if I have a black book with your name in it. That's what you're talking about. And besides, I get the strong feeling that you're not somebody I want to disappoint.
Hey, don't get up.
Hey.
Don't get up, sit down.
Okay.
Okay, you take this, you mine.
Okay.
You understand? You don't pay, you know what we do? I cut you at waist. Peel your skin up over your head and tie a knot in it. You don't die from this. You suffocate.
Okay.
Good luck.
My new friend, Kevin Doyle, showed me how you could leverage 2.5 times your cash at a day trading firm. I've been upping the dose for over a week. It seemed to cut my learning curve.
Why are you buying that? The CEO was just indicted.
But not for the big fat defense contract he bribed his way into. That's still on. Should be announced next week.
I was jacked in, booted up. At the end of the week, my brokerage account contained over $2 million. Word quickly got out.
You have 19 messages.
4 job offers, my bank raising my line of credit, a reporter from the New York Post.
Really call me back, Mr. Mora. No one makes money that fast. This article's gonna get written with or without you.
And finally, Kevin Doyle trying to sound casual.
Eddie, I was talking you up to my boss, and, well, the impossible happened, bud. We got you a meeting with Carl Van Loon.
Carl Van Loon wants to meet you.
Apparently so.
You're not in the finance game. What can you do for Carl Van Loon?
Signore Marra, buonasera.
Ah, buonasera.
Come va?
Allora, per le tagliate, per l'istruzione, ok, è vero?
Sì, certo.
Ah, ma spero non troppo. Che non sei della piazza.
No, è dal contadino.
Ah, molto
Grazie.
bene. Grazie mille.
Since when do you speak Italian?
Oh, self-improvement month. I guess somebody gave me a wake-up call.
I hope you didn't do it for me.
No, I just wanted to apologize to you, and let you know that apparently my capacity for self-sabotage wasn't boundless after all. The real question is, why did you ever put up with me?
I was in love with you. So when does the book come out?
Next year. How's your new assistant?
She's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you gonna get a new
You know,
car?
I'm really happy you're here with me.
I'm proud of you. And a little intimidated.
We started up again. Her place. My place. Basically every place.
In a sizzling 3 days of trading, the unknown Mr. Mora trumped the market, prompting one top hedge fund manager to comment, "He's Houdini. He's a prophet of our times."
Okay, give me that.
Yes.
Give me that.
He's God?
You coming over later?
I can't. I don't have a key.
Oh, that's right.
Can I have it back?
Nope.
No?
I mean, does it have to be that key? Can't it be a new key? To our place?
It'd be cost effective.
And you seem not practical. Can I walk you to work?
What you doing, hon?
Nothing.
You should sleep. Isn't your Van Loon meeting tomorrow? Eddie? Are you okay? What are you doing out here? When's the last time you ate something?
There he is. Nice article in the Post, buddy. Okay, he is on his way. Now be warned, he's mercurial. 1 minute you're best friend, the next you're a leper. And he needs direct answers. Anything tentative and you've lost him forever. I think we should rehearse a few scenarios.
I'm eating, Kevin.
Hey, are you up for this? You sure? Because I got a little bit on the line here.
Have a toast plate.
Hey, Carl. Good to see you.
How are you?
So, Eddie Mora, what's your secret?
Medication. I'm on special medication.
Okay.
Well, it's a formula with a complex method. But of course, research was a component, massive research. I knew every helix of every scrap of DNA in every company I bought. Paper stacked like the Himalayas in my office. And you know what?
The stocks went up.
By a hair. Sure, stocks rose, but who wants to do all that work for a shitty little uptick? It's not the visceral kind of spike you want in short-term holding, so
I dispensed with all the hard statistics, and I went right to the rumor mill.
So you bought your stocks based on what? The Tom-Toms meeting on the street?
Sure. I mean, share prices aren't really based on how a company works. It's about how mass psychology works. So if I found certain algorithms in the perception of a stock...
Pattern recognition. That's your snake oil.
Well, not everybody understands the patterns. And that gave me a little bit more of an uptick, but it's just a parlor trick. So then I went on to door number 3.
You're really implying that you have some sort of ultimate formula?
Well, from 12,000 to 2.3 million in 10 days.
I do have a formula, Mr. Pierce.
Delusions of grandeur.
I don't have delusions of grandeur. I have an actual recipe for grandeur.
I don't know who you are, Eddie, or what your game is, but I'm sure of one thing, you don't work in my world. I'm up to my ass for investment guys, and you don't have their half terrified, half cocky line of crap, which is not to say that I like yours any better, but you obviously pick your stocks in a way which I haven't seen before. Take a look at these companies. Tell me what you think.
Right now?
Yeah, take your time.
Sure.
These companies aren't the question, are they?
Explain.
Unless you're playing both sides of the fence. Control the whole power enchilada. But no, these companies wouldn't get you there in emerging markets. You would have to... Oh, whoa. Whoa, this must be some big-ass merger you're contemplating. And there's really only one company with enough bling to justify a merger with Van Loon Associates.
Who have you been talking to?
Oh, I'm just connecting the dots. Is Hank Atwood really going to go for it?
Well, you're an amazing con artist, so you're a very smart young man.
I mean, come on, the two of you together? The whole world would have to come begging for energy like Oliver Twist in his bowl of gruel.
Well, now you're going backwards. What else you got?
A prediction. It won't come off.
Why is that?
You'd have to back off Libya.
Really?
Well, you don't want to hear this from some schmuck and he's right home.
All right, you get your shot. Meet me tomorrow at the St. Regis at 10 and tell me how the gutsy little schmuck who needs a ride home would restructure these deals. And you better be prepared.
I'm at your disposal.
You don't really live here, do you?
Well, the Spartans weren't big on amenities.
Yeah, and they eventually got their asses kicked.
I didn't go in. I wanted to walk, move, digest, ingest. There are moments in life, moments when you know you've crossed a bridge, your old life is over. Van Loon was my bridge. I finally had my shot. Wall Street would provide my nest egg. But then how far could I go? CEO? A global force? Maybe president? Time somebody shook up the free world and got things done. Suddenly, there was another skip. How had I gone the last 20 blocks? I got another 10 blocks. And then, I was way uptown.